that's what I learned. I learned it through writing songs. That record was about grief, and then having a record about healing, which is the thing I learned about healing, is that you have to want to heal. Like, you can get stuck in grief and wear it around, and it's almost like a victimhood mentality where, like, that becomes your identity. You gotta be careful not to do that, like a self-pity type of thing. The healing is something that you have to sign up for. Like, you have to say, I'm gonna do the work now.
This song, Soon to Be, was healing for me to just actually say those words and just write my actual story. And it was even something that maybe I had been avoiding, talking about our relationship and really examining that relationship that has now shifted. And so to even write, like, I was 22 when I met you, and you were so funny. You made me laugh right through my teeth. Like, that was true, even though we're divorced now. And so to be able to, like, look back on these moments of my relationship with this person and talk a little lightly about it and bring love to a song about divorce, like, that was really healing for me.
Like, looking in the mirror to see, what am I bringing to the table, right? Like, why would anyone be interested in me? I went from like I'm gonna just have an angry rant about why I'm single. I'm gonna make fun of all the people that gave me bad advice. And then by the end of it, it was almost healing of, like, it was kind of coming around to be like, okay, well, this is maybe part of the reason why I'm single, is because I'm not putting a lot of effort into it. I'm just a songwriter that makes, $12 an hour on a farm or whatever I was doing at the time. So maybe it was recognizing my own value and what I bring to the table versus what I expected the universe to drop in my lap, if that makes sense.
And I had never been through anything like that before. I didn't know anything about it. And I was grasping to try to find out, how does something like that happen? How do you deal with feelings of treachery? How do you feel like you can deal with something that is so primarily painful and find meaning in it? And I was looking for that. I needed the meaning, because if it was meaningless, that would have been worse.
A lot of people get divorced and not a lot of people talk about it.
It's questionable. Was that line just for me, or was that line for the people that are listening? And I think the answer is that line was for me. I needed to say that out loud.
I just had that moment in my head where I was sitting in between these two people who are both so important to me. And I thought, wow, I have a soon-to-be husband and I have a soon-to-be ex-husband. And then boom, the chorus, the opening line, the chorus, the last line of the song just came in. And I think a lot of songwriters have that experience where it feels like it comes in almost. I never wanted to hurt you, never meant to break your heart. And that fear kept me standing there for years.
Raising someone else's babies and settling down ain't my style. I never wanted to have kids. It was never really my thing. And it seemed to me like that was just extra work. And I wasn't interested in raising someone else's kids. And so I probably could have cut that line. Like, I feel like that was one of those ones that was questionable. Was that line just for me, or was that line for the people that are listening? And I think the answer is that line was for me. I needed to say that out loud.
It ends with me singing, teach me, saying to grief, teach me how to do this, because I don't know how to do this. And this, I think this is grief in general. Mercy gives to those who ask and don't deserve, and in her brutal arms you have to find the nerve. And when your heart is set on fire, you'll have to watch it burn. So teach me.
I want my kid, when my kid is grown up and she hears this song and she shares it with her kids if she has them, I want them to know that I was coming from a place of love and that I was brave enough to put love first. There are lots of other feelings under there, but love is ultimately what I want to share. And I want them to feel that in that song. And I want them to be proud of me, because it was the scariest thing I could ever think of, to stand on a stage and sing in front of people. And now I do it, and my child gets to see that. So I want her to feel that empowerment and feel that power through my bloodline for generations to come.
I always had a thought that if I'm going to be cremated and I don't have kids, I'm not leaving really much of a legacy. I'm not even leaving a tombstone. All I'm leaving are these weird Spotify recordings. Someone's going to have to like hack my account to even get control of that. So that song in particular was one that I didn't intend for this to be some sort of legacy song or passed down to generations or to live on forever. I wrote so many songs in that circle that were just going to be one and done, or maybe play them 2 or 3 times, or maybe change a little bit for next week and then they kind of go away. And I thought this one was going to be one of those. And the fact that it struck a chord with so many of those other songwriters that were also single and struggling with it, and they were all sitting around that circle and going, man, that's me, I could have written that.
Sometimes something horrible is actually good, you know, but it's good in the long run, not in the short run.